going on, truth seekers? You guys tune into this channel because you want to feel healthier, you want to feel more alive, you want to feel more radiant, you want to eat the fresh, raw, living foods. I appreciate you tuning in, and I want to say that there's many other YouTube channels out there similar to mine, but you've chosen to watch me for some reason, so thanks. I'll hopefully deliver here. Today I want to tell you how to remove processed foods from your diet, processed foods from your life entirely. When I was younger, growing up, I read a magazine article and it was asking these nutritionists, this big panel of nutritionists, how often should people consume junk food? And some people said, some of the nutritionists said 5 times a week is fine, other nutritionists said 2 to 3 times, and other nutritionists said never, we should never consume junk food. And I remember that really hit me, and I was like, how can they say we should never consume junk food? That is extreme. Their advice is never going to be taken. And now here I am, 7, 8 years later, preaching the same advice. Junk food is never designed to fit in the human body. And because food is mood, if you're eating low vibrational food, you're gonna feel low vibes. You're gonna be in a bad mood. Bad food equals bad mood. So, 5 ways here on how to eliminate processed foods from your diet entirely. Step 1, get inspired. Get inspired. Watch people like Raw Alignment on YouTube. Watch people like Ravana. Watch people like Fully Raw Christina. Watch people like John Kohler. Watch people like Doug Graham. Just watch people like Ann Osborne. Watch people like Mike Arnstein on YouTube. Just get inspired to eat cleaner. Instead of having someone to push you to do something in life, let someone pull you. Let someone pull you up. Let someone attract you to a higher level. So that's tip number 1 to remove processed foods. Get inspired to eat a totally clean diet, live a totally clean lifestyle. I'd say tip number 2 would be to associate, like mentally associate and emotionally associate processed foods with being at a really low place in your life. See these foods for what they are. They're a drug. They're not food. Just because it's a calorie source doesn't mean it's a food. Just because it's a calorie source doesn't mean it's a food, and just because everyone else is eating it doesn't mean you should too. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean you should too. Again, food is mood. Just because everyone else is in a bad mood doesn't mean you should be in a bad mood too. If you want to be in a good mood, be in a good mood. It feels really good to be in a good mood, and it doesn't feel good to be in a bad mood, let me tell you. So associate cooked food, associate processed foods, I should say, with being in a really low place in your life. See them as a drug, and whenever someone offers it to you, it's easier to decline by saying, no thanks, I don't do drugs. That's tip number 2. Associate the processed foods with being in a low place in your life. Tip number 3 would be to throw out all the processed foods in your house. Seriously, throw them out. And don't even give them to friends, because if they're not good enough for you, why would they be good enough for someone else? Well, I had a big tub of whey protein powder in my house like 7 years ago when I first started going vegan, and I was like, well, I don't want to waste it. And then I thought, wait, yes I do, because I would never want to poison someone else with this, because I see it as a poison myself. Certain things I gave away to other people to help them transition to a vegan diet. Like when I got rid of peanut butter, I gave it to my friend. Here's a bunch of peanut butter. I don't want that. But at least I know it'll maybe, they'll probably eat the peanut butter instead of eating something worse, like a hamburger or something. So certain things, if you can justify it, then give it away, but other things, just throw it out. Get this stuff out of your house. If not throwing processed foods out of your house when you want to quit is like not getting rid of your pack of cigarettes out of your back pocket when you want to stop smoking. If you want to stop smoking, you'll get rid of the pack of cigarettes. And if you want to get rid of processed foods, then you'll throw them out of your house. If you want to get rid of processed foods in your life, then you're going to get inspired. If you want to get rid of processed foods in your life, then you're going to associate them with being in a low place. It's just, these are things that you just naturally do already. The 4th thing you want to do to get rid of processed foods is to stock up on the good stuff. Stock up on fresh fruit, stock up on fresh vegetables, stock up on the dried fruit, stock up on the frozen fruit, stock up on coconuts. Yeah? The fresh, raw, living fruits and vegetables, the fresh, raw, living food, that's what you want. And when it's summertime, go to the farmer's market and load up on the fresh stuff, man. Like I said, food is mood. The better your food, the better your mood. And you can get some really good, high quality fresh stuff and then freeze it for later, dry it for later. But you've got to stock up. You've got to have so much fruit in your house that some of it goes to waste. Or either that, or you go shopping every day. Or you have so much food that maybe doesn't go to waste, but you give it away. or you have to dry it, you have to blend it, you have to juice it, but just have an abundance. Your problem in life when it comes to your nutrition should not be, oh my god, I don't have enough food, or oh my god, like there's not enough food here for me to eat, or I don't know what to eat. Your problem should be a really good problem, and that good problem should be, oh my god, I have too much food. I have too much food. Every dollar we spend is a vote for what we believe in. So when we go to the farmer's market and we buy a bunch of apples, we're voting for more organic apples. When we go to the superstore or the supermarket and we buy a bunch of oranges, we're voting for more oranges. We're telling the system, we're telling the government, hey, we need more oranges in this country. What you do with them when you go home is irrelevant in the system. You've already clocked your ticket. You've already punched your ticket. You said more oranges, please. So more oranges are going to be sent. Supply and demand. Whatever you do with those oranges once you go back home, it doesn't matter to the system. They're going to start pumping out more oranges. Supply and demand. The more people that want oranges, the more supply there's going to be. So hopefully you're going to consume all the oranges. You're not going to waste them. But if you waste them, it doesn't matter because you've already punched your ticket. You've already casted your vote. So it's like the process is going now. So congratulations. Thank you very much. You're helping the planet become healthier. So that's it. Just stock up, have a lot. Have the fresh fruit, have the dried fruit, have the frozen food, and have the fresh, unripe and ripe food. Great dried foods to have are dates. Great frozen foods to have are bananas. Great fresh foods to have are things like citrus and melons and bananas and mangoes and papayas, so you can get those. And then the last tip, once you're really stocked up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stay inspired, because it feels really good to be inspired. Inspired action is effortless. There's no effort required to take action when you're really inspired to do something. In fact, it's the opposite. It requires effort not to take action towards what you're inspired on. So if you want to get rid of processed foods, you're gonna naturally do these 5 things I just listed. You're naturally gonna get inspired. You're naturally gonna associate processed foods being in a really low place. You're naturally gonna throw out all the processed foods in your house because you just don't want to be around that vibration. You'll start vibrating on a different frequency, and you're just not gonna be in harmony with that lower vibe anymore. And then you'll naturally stock up on the really good stuff, and you'll naturally stay inspired because it feels that dang good. So this wasn't really a like, here's what you gotta do, here are the 5 things you gotta do. This was more of like a things like in hindsight, like, hey, here's some signposts, here's some mile markers along the way, here's some checkpoints to realize that you're on track to getting rid of processed foods from your life. It's definitely the best decision I ever made in my life to get rid of all processed foods. It took a while for sure. I thought initially just going vegetarian was enough. Then I realized, hey, people go vegan for benefits. And if people go vegetarian for benefits, and people go vegan for benefits, I want to know what the vegan benefits are too. So, went vegan. And I was like, wow, look at all these benefits. These are great. This is amazing. I'm helping the planet and the animals and all the humans on it, you know, 1 meal at a time. And then I was like, wait, if all these people go vegan for all these benefits, I'm getting all these benefits now. And then there's this whole new domain of raw veganism, and all these people are going raw veganism for all of these benefits. And maybe I should check that out too. I mean, if I'm a believer in the benefits of vegan, I'm probably going to be a believer in the benefits of raw vegan too. So I tried it out, and it didn't work. I ate way too much processed stuff on the raw vegan diet as well. These raw nuts, man. These nuts aren't raw. If a nut can't go bad, it's already gone bad. And the nuts I was buying, they were sitting in the shelf for months and months and months labeled as raw nuts. If it's something that's truly raw, it goes bad. The only exception to this rule is honey. Honey is the one raw food that really stays raw forever. But again, just because something's a calorie source doesn't make it the optimal human food. I don't think honey is an optimal human food. I think we're really designed for fruit. But yeah, that's probably another video entirely. Anyways, just wanted to let you guys know some things of that. Oh, but how did I get the benefits from raw vegan? I cut out the fat on super low fat raw vegan, and my acne cleared up really quickly as a result. I saw amazing benefits being low fat raw vegan, without any nuts, without any oils, without any salt, just super low fat, like fruits, like the bananas, the pears, the peaches, the plums, the nectarines, the apples, the dates, the papayas, of course, the mangoes, and some vegetables. I just found vegetables didn't digest as well or give me as many calories as the fruit did, so I just started eating all the fruit, and it feels great. It felt way better. It still does. 7 years later, diet hasn't changed. If your diet doesn't change over the course of 7 years, it's because it works. A lot of other people are trying new things every few months, every year, trying a new thing. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. My diet hasn't changed. It doesn't need to. When you work the 80-10-10 diet, when 80% of your calories are coming from carbs, approximately, when 10% of your calories are coming from fat, approximately, when approximately 10% of your calories are coming from protein, you don't need to change your diet, especially if those calorie sources are found in their raw, natural state, like in fruits and vegetables and coconuts. So anyways, hope this video helped. If you want more reading on this topic, check out the 80-10-10 Diet by Dr. Doug Graham. It's a good book, really good book. Another great book is The Raw Food Factor, I think it's called. The Raw Food Factor. Another fantastic book is Ann Osborne's Path to Paradise. And if you want some practical recipes that you can use, if you want a list of ingredients that you can go to the store and buy and come home and actually make meals with, definitely get my ebook, Clean and Simple Recipe ebook right here. And let me know what you think. There's over 50 raw vegan recipes in there. Everything I would definitely eat today. Just give me a bowl of it, give me a plate of it, and I'll gladly eat it. Some juices and smoothies in there and as well, some great ideas for those. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, August 21st to the 28th of August. It's going to be held in New York, upstate New York. A really beautiful place called Camp Walden. And if you want to save $100 on that ticket, use the coupon code COMEFRUIT-YOURSELF. And if you don't want to use a coupon code, give it to a friend and they'll use it. Anyways, peace out from Fruit Living here in Vancouver, Canada. Adios.
So people ask me, Harley, would you go back to cooked food? And I'm like, why would I go back to cooked food? Go back to feeling crap. Go back to feeling disconnected with Mother Nature. Go back to, you know, the apathy, the chronic fatigue, the colitis, going back to me having acne and all the associated things that I had before. Go back to supporting industries that are against my personal integrity. Go back to ripping out rainforests in Indonesia, Sumatra, Malaysia and Thailand and Borneo and South America so I can eat my palm oil, eat my French fries.
Living lifestyle, learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.